Hi, welcome to my video and thank you for clicking. If you have clicked on this video, it means you're either interested in having a hair transplant or you know someone who's interested. I wanted to create this video for anyone who was ooming and ahhing over whether they should or shouldn't get a hair transplant, or they're sort of worried about the procedure or how it might go, if there is any pain, what kind of clinic they should go to, what to look out for. So for me, I got a lot of my sort of research done using forums, looking at different places and looking at different people's results. I had my hair transplant 10 days ago. So for me, from what you see now, these are not my final results. In fact, most of this hair at the front and at the top will fall out in the first month and grow back in a year's time. So I will be posting videos up throughout the next year just to document exactly how things are going and what stage my hair is at. If you're interested in keeping up with the progress, please do subscribe. I chose a clinic in Istanbul called ASMED. The reason I chose ASMED was because I wanted to go with the best possible doctor and receive the best possible care and get the best possible results. From the research I did, Dr. Koray Erdogan had some great results, and he was one of only really 2 or 3 other doctors in Turkey who I would have considered going to. Istanbul is also at the forefront of this type of procedure. The doctors have been doing it for a lot longer. For example, my doctor's been doing this type of procedure for over 10 years. That's the FUE procedure. I found that a lot of people, when I turned up at the clinic, were from different parts of the world, be it America, Canada, France, Italy, Belgium, and even Kuwait. So for me, I knew once I had turned up and met people that I'd chosen the right place, that I didn't want to compromise money for a bad result, or possibly getting an infection or just something going wrong. For me, money wasn't the main factor. I'd rather pay a bit more money and know that I'm in the hands of professionals and they're going to take care of me, and that's exactly what happened. From the driver coming to pick me up from the airport, taking me to the hotel, from my translator calling me on the way to the hotel and saying, be ready for a certain time. They greeted me as soon as I got to the clinic. They made me feel like I was the only person being treated. I was the first person to ever get a hair transplant. That's honestly how all the staff made me feel. The clinic itself in Istanbul, it's in a great part of Istanbul. It's clean. It's the roads are really nice, the buildings. It's a really, really nice part of town. The clinic itself is very sterile, very clean, very modern. A lot of money's gone into it, and they employ about 40 staff, all very friendly, all more than happy to help you. So for me, I'm very, very happy that I chose this clinic, and I really do hope that I get the results that I've seen other people get from this clinic. I wanted to talk about a couple of pitfalls and things to watch out for anyone who's interested in going to get a hair transplant, not necessarily just at this clinic but anywhere. Depending on the type of hair loss, it really is on a case-by-case basis. But on with my hair, my expectations were maybe slightly unrealistic, and I maybe took Dr. Erdogan more as a magician than as a doctor, and thought that he could just magic back all the hair that I had lost. So you do need to go there with certain expectations, because they can only do so much in one go. So the example I give you, I'll show you a picture of my hair right now. This is a picture they took of my hair on my first day, and I hadn't realized how much I had lost at the front of my head. But I was more interested in getting my hair transplant to the top of my head. Having seen the pictures and spoken with the doctor, he said that they really should concentrate on the front first. Get the density right, make sure that there's good coverage there, and if there is any remainder, then to work on the top of my head. Basically saying that he couldn't cover both the front and the top of my head in one go with 5,000 grafts. It just was not physically possible. And if I wanted to cover the rest of my head, i.e. the rest of my crown, I would need to go back in at least a year and a half to have a further procedure. He explained to me that I could have up to 8,500 grafts transplanted. So having done 5,000 this time, I could have a further 3,500 next time. And you know, I didn't know any of this prior to turning up, and I just wanted to make other people aware that you know, these guys can only do so much. You need to curb your expectations and know that you may need to go more than once in order to get the result that you're seeking. It just depends on how much hair loss you had. Another thing that I didn't really read up too much on the forums was the post-op care, which is top notch at ASMED. Really good. They really look after you. They give you all the kit that you need. They give you sort of their own hats. They give you a USB stick with all your pictures and the how-to of how to wash your hair. They give you a whole heap of instructions on how to look after it, and all types of FAQs. Almost every type of question you could want to ask is answered in this paperwork. So you do get a kit, and that's something that a lot of people sort of don't think about. They just think about actually getting the transplant and then just walking out. But there is a sort of a post-op procedure you need to follow. So I had to spray my head with this sort of antiseptic spray every hour the first 2 days. I had to put an ice pack over my eyebrows every couple of hours for the first 2 days. And that was to make sure the swelling was reduced as much as possible. Now I'm going to put some pictures up of myself with the swelling so that you guys can see exactly what I went through. Now, I can tell you that other people who went to the clinic on the days I went to the clinic had varying degrees of swelling. I've got to say mine was the worst. Other people's, they had a little bit sort of on their forehead, maybe a little bit around the eyes, but mine was by far the worst. So another thing that I wasn't aware of until I got to the clinic was that you are provided with a sleeping pillow that you get to keep, you take back with you to the hotel. And for the first 6 days, you have to sleep on your back with this sort of sleeping pillow. It's like one of those pillows you take with you on a plane. Now, I've got to tell you, they're not comfortable. Not just the one that the clinic gives you. I just don't think in general these type of pillows are comfortable, but I think they're twofold. One is so that you don't turn over onto your transplanted hair and do some damage, and two, it's to make sure that the swelling is sort of evened out around your face and your head. Unfortunately for me, after a couple of days of not getting barely any sleep, I turned to my side and slept on my side, and you'll see what the result was. So I got pretty bad. This was 2 days after the procedure. I got pretty bad. I couldn't open one eye. I was assured I was going to the clinic every day post-op to get my washing done. So they would wash my hair every day that I was in Istanbul. I happened to be in Istanbul a further 7 or 8 days. So I went 7 or 8 times. And it was great because they got to care for me post-op and see how I was progressing. And they told me that the swelling was completely normal and it affected people in different ways, and it would go in a few days' time. Lo and behold, it did go in a few days' time. It didn't hurt. There was no pain there really. My head felt a little heavy, but there was no real pain. In terms of the operation itself, because you're anaesthetized, you don't feel it. You may occasionally feel a slight prick, like someone pulling on an individual hair. But other than that, you really don't feel any pain. If it's a 2-day operation, they bandage you up, and then you come back the next day. I had a lot of blood on my bandage the next day, but they assured me that was normal. During the procedure, they do everything they can to look after you, to make you relaxed. I got a foot massage by this Japanese lady who goes around. There are 4 surgery rooms for people having this operation. She'll go around giving you a foot massage. You've got a DVD. You choose films that you want to watch. So you are made comfortable. You have your translator sitting right beside you the whole time. If there's anything you want to convey, you can do through her or him. They do everything they can to make you comfortable. After the operation, your hair does feel a little bit sore. There is some slight discomfort there, but you're given painkillers. I actually bought my own painkillers afterwards. I bought some ibuprofens. I took 3 ibuprofens a day, just to kill any sort of discomfort. And 10 days afterwards, I am still, as I speak, feel a little bit of discomfort on my head. But that's normal. It will take a while to go. The current state of my head, if I just zoom in, is that it's very, very scabby. And again, by the 10th, 11th and 12th day, the scabs really do need to go. So when washing it, I need to apply pressure to make sure that the scabs are off. It's a long road once you've had a hair transplant. Again, managing your expectations. This hair is going to fall out. It will grow back between 6 to 12 months time, and fully in 12 months time roughly. So it's a long road. I'll be posting a few videos on my progress, like I said. Thank you very much for watching. I hope this video has helped you in some way. If you need to ask me anything, leave a comment below, and I'll see you on the next one.